There we go.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Stephanie James.
I'm Alicia Ryan.
We're part of the Legacy program, Legacy Leaders Program. Today we'll be talking about getting to know you in your mission statement. So the agenda. What is a mission statement? Why is it important to have a mission statement? How to create a mission statement, interrogate yourself and dig deep. We'll also have an activity towards the end and then putting it all together.
All right, the objective of this presentation is to, guide each individual to create a mission statement by finding their purpose. This experience will help you gain a new perspective while searching for a mission of each person out here.
What is a mission statement? Move this, sorry.
You can actually minimize that if you'd like.
Oh, okay.
Yep. There you go.
There we go.
A mission statement is a formal summary of the aims and values of a company, organization, or individual.
All right, today we're going to be focused on the individual aspect of this today. We're going to be asking ourselves, what is wrong with the world and what we can do to fix it? All right, we're going to help you look at your individual goals, your purpose, and your values in life. Think of a mission statement as a frame set before your work. All right, you are telling the world what you are all about before your actions. So this mission statement is what makes you you and what makes you stand out from a crowd.
Why is it important to have a mission statement? A mission statement reflects how you spend your time. What are your goals, short and long term, and guides your decision making. So I found this good quote by Jane Goodall. It says, what you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of a difference you want to make.
I love Jane Goodall.
Oh, what happened? It went away.
Click the PowerPoint.
All right,
Hold on 1 second, it's still not showing.
stop sharing screen.
It probably did. I didn't touch nothing. It just went away.
Just hit share screen.
Do you know where it is?
Colors.
This one?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Technology, gotta love it.
Yeah, I know. Nothing like learning on the whim. All right, it's important to have that, when you have a mission statement, it's important to have it as a daily reminder and a reflection. So we're going to recommend when you create your mission statement, you put it somewhere where you can see every day. You know, bathroom mirror, fridge, phone as a background. That's a good one because we all look at our phone a lot. It's very easy to get distracted and lose your vision if you're not reminding yourself of what you are doing. It keeps you focused on your goals and your purpose for the future. You're going to have your good days and your bad days, and that reminder and reflection is a good reminder on your bad days of why you're doing this.
So when creating an mission statement, ask yourself what, how, and why. Like she said, put yourself in front of a mirror and have a conversation with yourself. Take your time. Not all the questions have to be answered at once. Rome wasn't built in a day.
All right, it's not easy to look at yourself in the mirror and have an in-depth conversation because you think you know you until you start interrogating yourself and asking yourself, what am I all about? What am I doing? How am I doing this? It's called life. We're all learning, but you're actually going to start taking steps to learn from it. All right, and again, take your time Now, all the questions have to be answered in one day. You can have one now, one next week, and one a couple months from now. Your answers are gonna come in different forms. They're not all obvious. I'll also show you a couple steps on how to find more values and things you're all about.
So what is important to you? What do you want to do? Is this something you see yourself happy doing? So this is where we give them a few minutes to write some things down.
Yes. So at this time, if you guys have like a blank piece of paper, a little piece of scrap paper, we're just gonna give you a minute. See if you can think what is important to you and what exactly you want to do. Really stressing the importance. A mission statement reflects you as an individual. So individually, is education important to you? Is equal rights, volunteering, being kind? What a mission statement really reflects what you do now and what you do in the future. So also, what do you want to do in the future? Do you want to teach? Do you want to fight for equality, equal rights? And it's sad that we live in a world where we still have to fight for that. On your vacations, do you take time and volunteer? It's good to have a notepad when you're asking these questions next to you, because you can write them down very quickly, and that's a good thing to go off of. So I don't know if you just wanna
Start.
know how we're gonna ask them.
You have 3 individuals in the virtual world, so if you want to ask any questions, just put them out there.
Okay, does anyone in the virtual room want to go first with what is important to them and what they want to do?
Hi, my name is Zenia Morse.
Turn it up on the dial up at the front.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yes.
can hear you.
Okay. Healthcare is very important to me, especially in these times. And one of the things that I would like to do is get my degree in healthcare management and actually be able to help other people get better healthcare and change the system a bit so it's more accessible for everyone.
That's beautiful. Perfect.
Thank you.
All right, Stephanie, I believe, do you have an example of that?
Shannon said helping others is important to her and she wants to be a nurse.
Oh, that's great. Because that was right with Stephanie's.
This is why I say it's important to know what makes you happy, because I thought I wanted to be a nurse. And then when I started working at the hospital, I do love helping people, but I don't think I can stomach seeing the people that I care for pass away in front of me. So that was really hard for me. And that's why I changed my goal, and now I'm a business major. So that's why I say it's important to know like what makes you happy and, you know, how it's going to help you with your future self.
All right, so my example is, I first started at IRC finishing my associate's in biology degree. I did want to create an alternative line of medication to help people get better at a reasonable cost. I'm actually a pharmacy technician now. So I kind of went in that field and got a feel for it, got my feet wet. And after a while, I realized this is not what I want to do. I could spend 15, 20 years creating these medications to be turned down by big pharma, FDA, all that. So I just wasted my entire life doing that. So after my associate's degree, I completely changed my major, my whole line degree. When I was volunteering, tutoring students in math, I kind of found my calling right there. I'm now getting my bachelor's in secondary mathematics to be a math teacher. So you change, your paths change, what's important to you changes, your visions change, everything changes over time. So it's okay if you don't know what you're doing today, it will come to you eventually. Do you have one picture?
But being important to me is to continuous growth, continue growing through life and always helping others and being true to myself. But for what I want to do, I want to get my doctorate in physical therapy and just continue working from there.
Did everybody hear Pedro?
Yeah, I have voice problems.
So Pedro shared his mission statement and also what he wanted to do with his life.
Okay, so how you do it? Create time for yourself, get to know yourself and what you are all about. Create goals. Take the first step, which is creating time for yourself. So what I do is time for myself, which I don't have much of, but I take a 30-minute walk around the block by myself, listening to my favorite playlist. So I've even gone to TJ Maxx without the kids and bought something for myself because we never think of ourselves. So it's important to create time for yourself.
Okay. Yes, that is, you make time for doctor's appointments, you make time for school. Again, your mental health is just as important as your physical health. Actually, they both go one and the same. You need to take care of both of them and set a time aside for yourself. Even if that is 5 minutes in your car, no phone, just breathing. Your body needs a break every once in a while.
Amen to that.
So why you do it? To create a better world, to spark change, to make a positive difference.
All right, why? It's always important to ask yourself why. All right, this is why you have a mission statement in front of you every day, is to remind yourself why you're getting up early, why you're going to bed late. This is why. You're gonna create a better world, you're gonna make a difference for good. You're going to change the world for the good and make a positive impact.
So I found this other quote, I love quotes, is be the change you want to see in the world. So be the change you want to see in the world. This starts with a positive mind. 2 more quotes. The secret to getting ahead is getting started. So you have to get started. Yesterday, I was so clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today, I am wise, so I am changing myself.
And the step, secret to getting ahead, just take that first step. I know that first step can be scary, it can be terrifying, but it's one step. Tomorrow, you take another one, or you know it, you just scaled the entire case. You'll get there eventually, don't rush. A positive mind goes farther than a negative mind. All right, you really want to try to train yourself, and this step is a little difficult, but again, it takes practice, training. You want to get rid of that negative thought, even if you're joking about yourself. Like you make a joke about yourself, oh, I suck at this, or I can't do that, and oh, I'll never do that. Your mind psychologically cannot tell the difference. It doesn't know it's a joke. It knows it's a thought, and that thought has been processed. So it's going to run in your mind that you can't do something, you're not doing something. You got to stop. You're stopping yourself before you even start it. So you're kind of just like holding yourself there at that first step, just thinking negatively. So how you combat that is like, okay, well, tomorrow I'm going to try. Tomorrow I'm going to take 10 minutes. I'm going to do this. I'm just going to take one step. That's it. That's all you need to do. It's just one step.
So self-evaluation. You cannot change the world until you change yourself. Visualize the best version of yourself. Identify the legacy you want to leave.
So yes, if you want to change the world starts with you. It does no good to sit there and preach and you're not practicing what you're preaching. So we'll give a couple examples of that on the next couple of slides, how I'm guilty of things. I'm gonna sit here and talk about time management. You're gonna see how poor my time management was. So it's bad. Visualizing. Visualizing, again, is a great positive tool to help your mind. When you visualize, you're, again, creating that positive image. And again, your mind can't tell if it happened or not. You're visualizing it and you're creating that positive manifestation. So your mind thinks it's going in that direction, and you are. And you also do want to identify the legacy you want to leave. And this comes over time. The more you volunteer, the more you practice, the more you continue throughout school or just life in general, you're going to say, oh, I didn't know, I realized I wanted to do that, but that's a good thing. I want to keep doing that and keep doing good. If you want to be remembered, you have to do something worth remembering.
So here's an eye opener for y'all. Remember, I need more time. So here, I want you to get your phone, open your settings. For the iPhone, I don't have my iPhone with me. I think is go to settings and then go to screen time and make sure you have week selected, not day.
I already did mine. And I kind of like went back to my little bad habits, and I'll explain those in a minute, what they were and how quickly they add up. Last week on Facebook, I spent a total of 10 hours. On YouTube, close to 4 hours. And games, 2.5 hours. So last week, at a total of 16.5 hours, I said I didn't have time for studying. I didn't have time to work on my project, so I didn't have time to clean or do anything else. 16.5 hours. That's a lot to say I don't have time.
Who else wants to share what they have found on their results? I see that my lovely staff member Zane spends 6 hours on TikTok.
Oh, wow. And I forgot to mention, I know a lot of people do use your phone for work. So I'm not talking about like if you use your work or something like that. I'm talking about, yeah, like Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, the social media sites that really aren't helping your progress.
So when I went into my, actually, if you have an iPhone, you go to screen time and then see all activity, you can see the most used app. So last week I did spend about 7 hours on Facebook. That's not good because I had a math test to take and I could have spent those 7 hours studying. So.
Yeah.
See, it's an eye opener.
That's why it's an eye opener.
You don't realize how much time you spend.
Erica has 5.1 hours on her alarm clock app. She snoozes a lot apparently. Holy crap.
Oh my God.
My
didn't
daily
realize you
TikTok
could do that.
average is 2 hours.
Oh my God.
What was yours, Pedro?
I have 5 hours of YouTube.
5 hours of
YouTube?
YouTube a day or a week?
I think it's a week. I'm not too sure. To be honest. I think it's a week. Oh, but I'm scared it might be a day.
Anybody else in our virtual world want to share? That's part of the process of being in the virtual world. You still need to participate. Anybody want to share their results? Dina, she said she got 5 hours for last week on YouTube as well.
Yeah. I don't know if that's
Wait. I have a reason for that though. We're actually seeing if we can actually make a trip somewhere. So we've been doing research on YouTube, so it's not that bad.
Yours has purpose and mine's just.
Oh yeah, I will get to that because my YouTube's higher than usual too, but I'm gonna explain next couple slides why that one's
Shannon
higher.
said she spends 4 to 5 hours on Snapchat.
Oh my.
And we're gonna ask,
That's
a good one.
What about you, Trevor? Did you check your phone? He averaged about 3 hours on phone each day. And my hours just today alone on my phone was 2 hours and 27 minutes. But Granted, I have been working from my phone, so,
So, and we're
but my
gonna,
daily average did go down from last week, but we're only on,
Wednesday, Tuesday, we're only on Tuesday.
last week, my average of screen time was 6 hours a day, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
when we did it last.
Yeah, my daily average this week so far is 4 hours and 6 minutes.
Okay, update, I spent an hour, 7 minutes on YouTube yesterday, so
You spent an hour and what?
47 minutes.
47
yesterday.
minutes on YouTube yesterday, okay.
so in the next couple of slides, we're gonna help you manage your time better. And now that we realized this eye opener, how bad it truly is in our social world now. You can go to the next slide. We're gonna help you manage that a little better.
So time management. This is improving self-ownership skills. So be available for yourself. Don't let organizing/cleaning to be a form of procrastination. Set a timer. Does this app help or hinder your future? Perfectionism is a form of procrastination.
Okay, so time management. And you know what? I'm glad Erica mentioned that snooze button, because I like to hit that snooze button too, but I'm going to tell you why that is so detrimental to you. All right, when you hit that snooze, your mind will go back in that sleep cycle. 10 minutes, 9 minutes, 20 minutes. When your mind's in that middle of the sleep cycle and you just interrupted yourself again, it gets annoyed. So it's going to go back to sleep. It's going to keep wanting to sleep. So an object at rest wants to stay at rest. So my advice, and this is hard, okay, I will admit this is hard because I like to hit that snooze button too. Set your alarm and take your phone, put it across the room, and make sure that alarm is loud and annoying. Because when that alarm goes off, it is going to wake you up. You're going to have to get out of bed, go turn it off. Don't you dare go back in that bed. Because that's hard. Because I know you're going to look back and go, oh, my bed's nice and warm and comfy. I want to go back. No. Start walking around, start moving, and start your day. Another thing with your phone, how many of us look at our phone first thing when we wake up because it's next to us? How many go on the social site?
Yes.
Yep,
Guilty.
yep, all, I'm sure we're guilty of it at home too, online. All right, that's bad. When you're first looking at your phone, your mind just woke up. So it's looking for cues and activities to like how to start your day because you haven't given it any direction yet. You're on the social sites, you're looking at bad news and all this horrible stuff, or just other things on, I'm sorry, I don't go on Instagram or Snapchat, so I really don't know what's on there. But you're setting your mind for the day. So after your alarm goes off and you're up out of bed, turn it off. Go start your day. Do not open an app for at least an hour. Your day is going to start changing. You're going to start noticing more time for yourself. You're also going to start feeling mentally better. So you don't realize how much you're brainwashed in these apps and how much they set you until you start going without them.
So it's interesting on the iPhone, I just looked at something, it shows you how many times you pick up your phone.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of them do
Yes.
track
I didn't know
that.
that.
So yeah. And I know a lot of us have like 10 minutes here, 15 minutes here, 20 minutes. Oh, it's lunchtime, 30 minutes. Let me just look at my phone, YouTube. All right, I had 10 minutes to look at my phone. I had 10 minutes to look at my notes. Carry your notes with you. We're in school, you're in a class, you have notes or book or passage. My notebook, notes here is 72 pages. It's thick. This is Calc 1 and my next test is huge. How many times do you think I'm going to be picking up my phone this week? None. But I have 10 minutes to look at my phone. I have 10 minutes to look at my notes.
I like that.
Yeah. Well, you'd be amazed. You'd be amazed how quickly it adds up. That
Mhm.
20 minutes you spent lying in your bed looking at your phone, you could have already brushed your teeth, gotten dressed,
Had your
put
coffee.
half your makeup on. Makeup takes me forever, so it would have been like half. Have your coffee, you could have walked your dogs, whatever else you need to do in your morning routine. But no, you pushed it back 20 minutes to look at your phone. So I'm not dissing your social media time or whatever you like, but I do want you to set a timer for yourself. And this has helped me. When you're taking a break, before you enter any app, set your phone. If you want to give yourself 5-10 minutes, that's fine, that's perfect. 15 minutes, it's you, it's your life. But set that timer. No sooner that timer goes off, you turn it off, go back to your business. Another form of procrastination is cleaning. I'm guilty of this. I'm very guilty of this. I'll be in my house, I'm like, oh, I have to do dishes. I have a math test next week. Yeah, but the floor needs cleaning. I need to be working on my presentation. I have laundry to do. It adds up. You're finding an excuse not to do it, but you might not have realized that till now. And also, I noticed YouTube, and my mind's higher. Does this app help or hinder your future? And I mention YouTube very particularly because I use YouTube to look up how to do mathematical equations, help. So YouTube can be used for good. I know a lot of students actually do that. And my teacher actually has her videos where she works out the problems so we can review them. But I don't think Instagram's helping you. I don't think Facebook's helping you. So you really want to try to limit the ones that aren't helping you. And I'll go back to perfectionism in a minute. Perfectionism is a huge waste of time. And we'll come back to that in a minute. I can do the next one.
Organization. Clear your mind and workspace. Have a specific area designated to working. Only bring what you need to your space. So for example, I work from home. I also take 2 courses, college courses. I cannot bring my work laptop and then have my personal laptop and all my assignments there with me because that's just too much going on. So make sure you have a designated space area and just bring what you need. So what you're working on at that moment, don't bring other distractions with you.
Yes, clearing your mind and your workspace and only bringing what you need. I know that can be difficult for some people because some people live at home and they only have their room. I have a 1-bedroom studio apartment, like literally my bed, sink, stove is like all right within like 5 feet of each other and my desk is on the other side. I understand space can be hard, but you got to try your best and make it your own. Clear your mind. That's a good one. Take a few minutes and breathe. You do need to breathe and try to relax. Make a quick notes on what you have to do. And this is what I had to catch myself doing. When you clear your area, time yourself. I don't give myself more than 5 minutes to clean my desk and set up. And I'll tell you why, because you start finding stuff or like, oh, look, this is fun. No, look, read my book or whatever. No, you gotta move it. Move your laptop, move your computer if you can. Keep your phone on the other side of the room. So I know looking at the time on your phone can open an app very quickly. Yeah, go ahead.
So improvement, welcome change, embrace failure, fear, which stands for face everything and rise. It is okay to say no and learn to say no. It does not have to be perfect.
Okay. On this one, failure does not mean you failed. It means, okay, it didn't work out, try again. You're starting with experience the second time. Fear, there's nothing to fear. You're just going to try, you're going to keep moving. It is okay to say no. And why I stress learn to say it, because it does absolutely no good to anyone if you're burnt out. And I'm going to give you an example of that. hurricane season is very stressful for people that work in the medical field. And being a pharmacy technician, we have to prep lots of medications and everything. So during this week, I think it was during, like a year ago, I worked a lot of hours. We're talking about multiple double shifts days in a row, like minimum 5 hours of sleep. That was it. If I got 5 hours of sleep, I was getting home at 12, getting back up at 6:30, going back to work by 7. Long days. But my boss is like, hey, I need people in here. And she kept asking me. I wasn't saying no. And that actually became dangerous because I screwed up. I messed up a prescription. I didn't calculate it correctly. And that dose almost went to that patient. A pharmacist actually caught my calculation mistake. Yes, math majors make mistakes, and a pharmacy technician screwed up. So being burnt out has consequences, severe consequences. And that can also reflect on your schoolwork too. It doesn't even have to be your career, but you don't want to burn yourself out. And let's say you have like a final coming up and you only have one weekend before the final, like it's the weekend before your final, and it's your aunt's birthday. You're gonna get pressured to go to your aunt's birthday. Well, call your aunt up, she'll understand, offer to make that up to her. Say, hey, look, I'm so sorry. I have a very important test coming up and I really need to focus on it. Can I make it your birthday up? Take you out to lunch or dinner or spend some one-on-one time afterwards. Offer to make it up. I'm sure they'll understand. Your family wants the best for you too. And also perfectionism. Nothing needs to be perfect. The universe is not perfect and it is not asking that from you. All right, I intentionally left this photo like that because I was on this slide for 15 minutes trying to find a decent photo and I caught myself. I'm like, I have spent 15 minutes on a slide just trying to find a photo. I just threw a photo in there and like, move on.
You know what?
It
It's good.
still works. It still works.
You know what? A ladybug embraces fear.
Yeah, that's the other
And-
thing.
It's beautiful and it means good luck. And it definitely takes ownership of wherever it lands.
Yeah. Because if that little this part of a dandelion just falls off, that ladybug's gonna fly away. She has faith in herself when that little branch falls or petal. So, okay, go to the next one.
Or also with work boundaries, I got this really cool thing from a mentor here. For work, learning to say no. Here's one example. You can tell your boss, thanks for the opportunity, but I'm currently booked. Can I check back when my schedule opens? Well, not your boss, but you know.
Yeah, she's gonna know when your
I
schedule's
know.
open.
But just like, you know, different things you can say and not be mean about saying no. But
Here's another thing with work you made me think of, and this might come to some other people. This isn't rude, but don't tell your boss what you do on your days off. And I'm going to tell you why, because they might not think that's important and they can guilt you to come in.
right.
Even if it's just catching up on errands for your mental sake. Just say, hey, look, I have a busy day. When they ask, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? Just like, it's packed. I got things to do. Even if you're just staying at home doing nothing. You need your alone time. You need your days off.
Unless your boss is cool like me.
So these are, I can't see what that says right there.
A template.
This is a template. So I will action for audience by values to desired result.
Okay, so we just like, for your mission statement, created a little template to help you get started. You're gonna put in like, I will, and place an action. You wanna make sure that action reflects what you do on a day-to-day basis, what's important for you. In our next activity, we got with values. Your values are a part of you, so they should be a part of your mission statement too, and to your desired results. And for most of us, it's to change the world for the better. but feel free to put in whatever you like. All right, so we have a value search activity. I don't know how this is gonna work with online. I think it's available to everyone.
It is.
Okay,
The actual value statement is on River Life. However, I'm gonna pull it up and put it in the chat for like a PDF that you can look up. Give me 1 second, I lost my place.
that's okay.
I cut and paste something too, and I was over top of the link. I started.
As Rochelle does that, I'll explain. So what we have is a word search, and there's values listed in here. There's like over 50 of them. So what we were gonna do is have people search for as many as you can find. But we wanted you to write down your first 3 that you find. So if anyone does that, please let us know. Our one audience member took off.
Okay, so in the chat, you will find the link to the crossword puzzle. And the word search, not the crossword puzzle, sorry about that. And so what, they have to find the first 3 words?
Yes.
So whatever the first 3 words are that you see in your crossword puzzle, you can put them in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and you can just say them.
Yes.
Should work. Here you go, try this again. Sorry about that. Does that link work now? Awesome, thank you, Zane.
I just need you to, but write down the first 3 times.
So does anyone want to share the first 3 they found?
I found kindness, work, and honesty.
Does it relate to you and your values?
It does. Kindness is important. I believe that giving back to your community is super important, as well as being a servant leader, and that comes with kindness. Work is definitely important to me. Work ethics is probably the one thing that is really that I take pride in, and I expect others to do the same. And I'm definitely honest and direct, so I think that fits me perfectly.
Perfect.
So Trevor got reliability, work, connection. Dania got kindness, honesty, and learning. Zane got empathy, selflessness, and introspection.
Introspection. Wow.
I found empathy, selflessness, and work.
Okay, anyone else?
And Erica got kindness, courage, and balance.
I know my spelling's off on some of these.
Oh, don't worry about that.
Well, I'm just trying to shorthand, so
Yeah,
I'm just making a point.
Zane and Shannon. Shannon got kindness, empathy, and learning.
All right. The purpose of this activity is any three of these alike on any of them. I know you guys probably couldn't see this, but I wrote down what everyone found. Yes, some of you guys found the same thing, but not the same combination. So what I want you to take away from this one, everyone's values are different. Everyone's goals are different. Everyone is different. So what's important to someone might not be important to another person, or vice versa. Or you guys could all think kindness is a great value, which it is. So that's the purpose of the activity was to show that everyone's different, all the values are different, and goals.
So time changes, so does your goals. So it's important to have a 5-year goal and a 10-year goal, or short-term, 3 months, a year. But for your 5-year goals, visualize meeting yourself in 5 years. What did you accomplish? Did you finish your degree you were working on? Is it accessible or attainable at that time? Set your next 5 years. What will you do differently? And then for 10 years, visualize meeting yourself in 10 years. Are you happy? Remember, do what makes you happy. So in 10 years, are you still happy? Is your foundation set? What did you accomplish?
All right, so for your goals, and these are your goals, no one else's goals. All right, and you can have family goals too, but we're talking about personal, individual goals. All right, again, visualizing helps manifest that future, that reality, even if it's a day from now, a week from now, years from now. All right, this one, I always see this a lot. Are you happy? Why are you waiting 10 years to be happy? Be happy now. Try to find it now, try to make it now.
Right.
You don't want to be miserable for 10 years, not worrying, oh, I don't have a house yet, I don't have a car yet, I don't have this yet. That's not the point of happiness. All right, you really want to make that for you. And how you find that happiness is accomplishing your goals. And some of these goals might take a little bit of breaking down into smaller goals, but still it's a vision, it's manifestation. You can look at it and see it and do it.
So this is summary. What, how, and why. I will, the action you'll take for the audience, 5 values to desired result. Create a goal list and a vision board. A vision board is really important because you get to put your values on there and, you know, where do you see yourself in the future? Do you want to go to Hawaii like me? Do your everyday actions reflect your mission statement? If not, how can you correct your actions? So make a timeline to track your progress. So remember, embrace failure. It's a lesson, not an end.
Also want to encourage you all to do your vision board through the emerging leaders. That is an area where you could do it the old fashioned way, definitely on a poster board so that you can visualize it and see it on a regular basis and display it. And there's a whole packet on how to do a vision board and what is included in that with your values, your quotes, pictures, and what you're looking for. So I encourage all of you that are participating today, if you didn't do a vision board yet, it's a great item to have.
So again, every day when you're reflecting upon your mission statement, your vision board, whichever you have your task list, goal list, you want to make sure your actions are going to reflect that. And if not, think about it like, how can you correct those actions? Like I gave an example, oh, I wasted 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there looking at Facebook. I got rid of that app and deleted it. All right, and now I spend 10 minutes reviewing my notes, reading books, something else. That's more value of my time. Time is a resource you will never get back. Also, when you make a timeline, to track your progress. Because it's kind of hard to like see your progress because you're not really looking behind you. You're always looking at the next step. What's next? What do I have to keep going, keep doing? Which is perfect. That's what you want to keep doing. But you don't want to lose the track of like when you look back and go, wow, I came this far. I changed that. I'm like, wow, I am a different person. And that could be a whole nother person from last week.
So we'll finish off with our mission statements. My mission statement is to provide quality service to others and be the best leader that I can be to accomplish goals that would help improve my future self.
And every day I try to create a better world through treating all things in existence with equality, promote compassion and empathy between souls, and to break the educational barriers to raise a new generation of leaders.
We're good.
Awesome. Anybody have any questions before we wrap up our session today? If you do, you can just unmute yourself and you can just speak freely. All right, well, seeing no questions, I want to thank you all for joining us today. It was great to have you. If you are completing the Emerging Leaders Program for this academic year, you must complete the program by Monday, April 5th. There are a lot of things going on this week. So you attended this seminar. So if you have one more seminar left, we have plenty of options for you coming up. If you have not done a River Life 411 or a Maximize Your College Experience, we do have a virtual slice for knowledge that would complete both of those areas that you can check out on River Life. Everything is there. If you have any questions directly, you are free to email studentengagement@irsc.edu, and we would be happy to assist you. Any questions? All right, seeing none. Have a great day and thank you for participating. Thank you, Trevor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I ended it, sorry.
It's still going on here.